Hello everybody and welcome back. We are here today for another Altered Index 2025 challenge. Today we are on week 48. The prompt is fingerprints and I'm actually a little bit excited about this one. I think this one's going to get quite messy, so brace yourselves. Now this is the challenge that I'm running in my Facebook group, Non-Stop Papercrafts. It's also clearly being run here on my channel. Now there are lots of other people that are joining in with this, so if you follow the hashtag then you'll be able to get some inspiration from some other people as well. So I am going to be using my I think it's pronounced gouache paints for this one, for the fingerprints. So yeah, like I said, it's going to get messy, so I'm just going to gently, hopefully, peel this back. Now I only put the cling film on here just to stop the paint from getting everywhere. So I'm just going to peel that back. And then yeah, we're going to have a little bit of play with paint. So I've got my messy mat ready. This one I'm going to leave to the end. So this is just an offcut that I have, but this is obviously my index card. Now I have no idea how this is going to look or how this is going to turn out. Like I said, all I know is that it's going to be messy. I have got some baby wipes at the ready. I'm just going to take one out ready to go, because I know I'm going to need that in a moment. So essentially all I'm going to do is dip my finger in a paint and smush it down my card. So let's pick a couple of different colours. So we do have a green here. So I do like green. Green's my favourite colour, so I'm not even sure which way I want to start. So I'm just going to blob my finger down and then I'm just going to drag. Okay, like so. I'm just going to give my finger a bit of a clean, and then I'm going to pick a different colour. I might go for just a lighter green, see how that looks. So I'm going to again blob at the top and then just drag it down. Okay, then I might go for a different colour. What could I have next? Maybe I'll go for a pink. This one's quite a bright one. Now I'm not necessarily always going to start at the top, so I'm going to come down a little bit. I'm going to blob down and then just pull. I might just go back in just for an extra pull. That's better. That comes down a lot further. I might try that with that green again, actually. So I'm just going to come down a little bit further with that green. Okay, like so. What else have we got? So we've got some pink. Maybe I'm just going to go for a little paler one. So I'm just going to go a little bit higher and then pull that down. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit more on my finger just so I can really pull it down. And then again, just give my finger a little bit of a clean. What else do we want? Something nice and bright. Let's go maybe for an orange. I'm going to start up at the top again, press down and just kind of come down. And I'm not worried, obviously, if it goes a little bit wibbly wobbly. It's just about having a little bit of fun. Okay, so now I've got my orange. Let's go for a slightly different colour. So I think I might go, let's maybe go for something a bit dark. This is kind of a bluey purple colour. So I'm going to come again down just slightly and just pull down. Ooh, maybe I need a bit more paint. Pull down. There we go. So I do apologise, I am still a little bit raspy. I have got a cold. I otherwise feel absolutely fine. I just keep blowing my nose a lot and yeah, have a terribly sore throat and a cough, but yeah, generally I actually feel quite fine. Okay, so we've got those colours. I think I might come in with a yellow. You might even be able to hear my daughter coughing in the background. She's in the next room, but we've all got coughs and colds at the moment. just that time of year, isn't it? Okay, so I quite like that. And I think I'm going to come in the bottom here also with the yellow. Do I want any other colours? Maybe a lighter blue. I haven't got a blue yet, have I? So let's come in with a blue. That can kind of maybe come down here. Drag it down. Can have a little bit at the top. Okay, so we've got quite a colourful background there. Again, it's not necessary to cover the whole thing, so I'm not going to try. What I am going to do is just get rid of my paints. I'm going to blast this with my heat gun just to kind of dry it off a bit, and then we'll come back for the next part. Okay, so now that that's dry, I want to add a little bit of stamping to the background. So I've brought in my VersaFine, and I'm using, this just has different sort of text on it. I don't think it necessarily makes any words. I can't quite remember. But I'm just going to stamp this in places. So let's just pop that in there. And then I'll tell you what I'm going to do is just grab a scrap piece of paper. I'm just going to put that underneath, so that when I stamp on the edge of this, it's not going to go onto my mat. Although this is my messy mat, and I don't particularly mind. Yeah, I don't want it going everywhere. Right, so I'm going to do a different area. Again, doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that. I'm just stamping about. I can do a little bit down here. Maybe a teeny tiny bit up this side. Something like that. Yep, I think that'll do. Right, while I've got the black ink out, I'm just going to move that up. I've got this ink absolutely everywhere in my nails and all sorts. Oh well. Right, so I've got this blank piece, and what I want to do is some different fingerprints. So yes, they are going to be mine. So I'm just going to go along and pop some prints on. Oh, your pinky's all awkward to do, isn't it? There we go. So they're my fingerprints. So I'm just going to give myself a wipe. Okay, so now that we've got those, I am going to trim this down a little bit. So I'm just going to bring in my mini trimmer, and I'm just going to slot that under there. Oops. Give that a little trim. I'm going to do the same at the top. And I'm just going to trim it on this side. Like so. Let's just give that a little bit of a bend. It keeps curling up, I think, just because of that paint that's on there. Right, let's get rid of this paper. Okay, I think I'm going to add to this just a little bit of a kind of squiggly border. Obviously we've got the squiggly paints, so this definitely does not have to be neat. Oops. Or apparently even on the card. There we go. Right, so I think I'm going to have that on there. Just debating whether I want it raised slightly, so I might put it up on some foam dots actually. So I have got some. Okay. So I'm just going to take the backing of those off. There we go. And just going to pop those on there. Like so. Right, and then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use this to type up the word fingerprint, because I do believe that is the prompt. Fingerprints, yeah, so let's have that. Okay, so there we have it, fingerprints. And I might actually, if it fits, have that going sideways up here. Okay. So that is week 48. The prompt was fingerprints. I actually really enjoyed this card. I knew it was going to be messy. I definitely need to give my hands and nails a very good clean after that. But I think it looks really, really effective. I really love the colours. The gouache tape is, gouache paint, sorry, is really great for that. Really nice bold colours. And you may not be able to see it, but they do give a nice texture as well. Gouache paints as well, so I can feel that there is a thick paint on there, which is really, really nice. Well, that's all from me this week. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do apologise for my croaky voice. Hopefully it won't be much longer until my throat starts to feel a little bit better. I would really love to see your cards. Please feel free to post them in the Non-Stop Papercrafts Facebook group. If you're looking for inspiration on how to do the cards as well, that's a great place to go and look, because lots of people do post theirs in the group. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please consider giving it a thumbs up if you have. If you are not already a subscriber, I would really love for you to do so. Please make sure that you also click that bell button. That way you are notified of any new crafty videos. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next crafty video. Bye for now.